for watching the show. Now, William Shakespeare said, if music be the food of love, then play on. Love and music was exactly what we saw at the Sir Mutta Venkata Subbarao Concert Hall. It takes your breath away. Music, that is. This evening was a special one for the musical legends of our country. The Trinity College London and Museum Musical in Chennai honoured outstanding performers and their talents. The 110-year bond between Museum Musical and Trinity College has seen over 5,000 Indian students attend Western classical music exams annually. The alumni includes A.R. Rahman, Ilayaraja, Ganesh Kumar, Manish Sharma, to name a few.
Today, in the history of Trinity College, this is the first time they have made possible the felicitation out of UK, and that too in India. Such a great privilege for us to have this fantastic musicians, such a qualified and such a talented and such a popular musicians all on one dais, and it is a dream that came true.
It was a packed house at the Sir Mutta Venkata Subbarao Concert Hall, where the music industry's who's who gathered for a grand felicitation of the finest talent in music. From Dr. L. Subramaniam, Harris Jayaraj, and even B.S. Narasimhan, the awardees for the evening were world-renowned, local-born talent, yet absolutely down-to-earth.
I take this opportunity to thank a few people in my life, because of whom I am standing before you today. To start with, I thank my parents, who introduced me to Western classical music and encouraged me during my childhood, especially my father, who was instrumental in me taking up music as my career. Thank you, Dad. Well, very important one. My teacher, Mr. A. Abdul Sattar.
I was doing medicine at that time, so we went and told my mother that, I want to drop and continue music. She said, nothing doing, you just finish your studies and get the piece of paper, then after that you can do whatever you want to. So in that situation, I was exposed to Western classical music, and my elder brother, L. Vaidyanathan, one of the finest musicians and composers and a great inspiration for me. Thank you. He got involved in Western music. He found out Mr. Das was teaching Western music and sending people to Trinity College exams from Museum Musical. So one day my father took all of us, we went there, and my brother was very, very convinced that we should all do Western music, and he was learning. And in a very small place, suddenly got inspired and got a huge piano in the center of the room. So we have to go around the piano. So he was so inspired, and that was a great inspiration for us. We got into Western music.
The evening was not done yet. Not without some music, of course. And who better than Anil and Sikal? The duo, also part of the Trinity Museum musical family, gave the audience an experience of tranquility.
Suttum vizhi chudardan kannuma Surya Chandira Vatta kariya vizhi kannuma Vana karumai kollo Suttum vizhi chudardan kannuma Surya Chandira.
Charlie Parker, one of the legendary saxophone players of the early 1930s and 40s, once said, "Music is your own experience, your thoughts, your wisdom. If you don't live it, it won't come out of your horn." Now, wouldn't you say that the awardees that we just saw are testimony to that? Moving on to more music. This time it speaks the language of improv. Improvising with jazz. It was raining talent at the Sivagami Pedachi Auditorium. Not your conventional jazz concert, you'd say. Improv. That's the word that popped up in your head when you heard these guys play. The US-based Macachek Trio are a jazz group that's super talented and like to go off the beaten track when it comes to compositions. The group comprises of an eclectic blend of nationalities with Greek-born Neil Fountain on the bass, American Jeff Sipe on the drums, and Austrian-born Alex on the guitar. And the Indian flavor was Alex's wife, Sumitra Nanjundan, a Chennai Ponnu. Touring the country, Chennai was their final destination, and no guesses why.
You will hear us playing lots of my compositions, and then we'll also have some free-form impros, which is really fun with those guys because this group is all about interaction and reaction, interaction, instant composing. So for me, it's a treat to play with those guys, and because we can just play and come up with beautiful stuff on the spot sometimes.
How long does it take for you all to compose probably a piece that you've put together and you write as well? So how long does it take for you all to do this whole process?
That totally depends on the piece. Some pieces take days, some pieces take, I don't know, 5 minutes, no, 10 minutes, whatever, a very short amount of time. It just depends. Yeah. If there are more complex pieces, it takes a little bit longer.
Special points is we try to play different things every night. We have, I would say 75% is Alex's songs that we try to do differently as well every night, but they have more structure than some of the other stuff. And the 25% is one of the three members will start something and we'll go from there. It's like a recipe of cooking with no recipe.
Alright, now jazz is something that probably has really no rules and no boundaries, and you can just do whatever you'd like to do in terms of experimenting. So how far have you all taken this?
Not nearly as far as some, and a lot further than others. In the United States, you have to watch wherever you have to watch what you do to an extent. I mean, I've seen shows where people are throwing marbles in buckets and, you know, in improvisations of that sort, their own bodies and things like that, and then sometimes that loses a certain audience and appeals to certain others.
We're all jazz influenced and a little bit of classical influence as well. But Neil, the bass player, is from Macon, Georgia, and he grew up playing country music with his family. But he found jazz and rhythm and blues and general American music, you know. That's his background, and mine is the same American music and some progressive rock and some jazz, bebop and fusion and some classical music. And Alex also has come from a very heavy classical background, but he found the American jazz fusion along the Miles Davis kind of sound very attractive. So we all have that in common. We share that interest in classical, jazz, American music.
It might have been a slow start as the audience took their seats a little after the beginning of the show. However, the band kept your attention riveted solely on their performance. Mostly unnamed compositions, the improvisations from the group kept us wanting more.
It was a great experience to do this because we had this opportunity to do it because we had a call from Abstract Logics USA that Alex was touring India sometime this month and whether they could put together a show in Chennai. And at that time I was not very familiar with Alex's music, but then I heard some samples and I said, this guy can really play the guitar as you have seen today. And I'm very happy that we got him, and we decided to do it as the last show of the leg, of the tour, because they've already done Mumbai, Calcutta, Bangalore, and this is the last leg. So we ended up with the show here. I'm very happy despite the lack of patronage from our Chennai audience, but I'm personally very happy because whoever is here will vouch for it for sure about the magnificent music that has been produced by this wonderful trio.
And more is what you got. Sumitra Nanjandan took to the stage with a husky voice, singing Spring Can Hang You Up the Most. With Alex on the guitar, this performance was clean and simple. Joining in on the second song was the entire group. In all, this evening might have felt a little damp from the outside, but nothing can take away from the talent this group has. A talent to improvise and make your blues go away. The language of music is universal to every living being. Now, did you know that even sperm whales sing to attract a mate? Bet you didn't know that. Well, time to switch into a quick break, but don't go anywhere because coming up is a memory game. Walking down memory lane, shift focus to 10 Downing Street.